Vitamin D has become one of the most closely examined nutrients in the landscape of longevity research, and not without reason. Its broad role in immune function, inflammation control, hormone balance, and cellular protection gives it a central position in the dialogue around aging. But among all the scientific findings and supplement recommendations, one question often arises: what is the most effective daily dose of vitamin D for slowing biological aging? Increasingly, clinical research points to a daily intake of 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 as a safe, effective dose with measurable benefits, not just for bone health, but for preserving youth at the cellular level. The standard recommended daily allowance, RDA, for vitamin D in many countries remains at 600 to 800 IU per day for adults, primarily to prevent bone diseases like rickets and osteomalacia. However, these recommendations are based on the minimum needed to avoid deficiency, not on the optimal dose for immune resilience, cancer prevention, or cellular longevity. In recent years, researchers and clinicians have turned their attention to higher doses, specifically 2,000 IU daily, as a threshold that not only corrects low serum vitamin D levels, but also promotes physiological conditions that protect DNA and slow the biological aging process. One of the key mechanisms by which vitamin D influences aging lies in its regulation of oxidative stress and inflammation, two of the primary drivers of telomere shortening and mitochondrial decline. Vitamin D enhances the body's antioxidant defenses and modulates the immune system in a way that reduces chronic, low-grade inflammation. In doing so, it protects the delicate end caps of chromosomes, known as telomeres, which naturally shorten as we age. When telomeres are preserved, cells retain their ability to divide, function, and repair themselves, reducing the likelihood of age-related diseases such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and neurodegeneration. Several large-scale clinical trials and observational studies have shown that individuals with higher serum 25-OH-D levels, typically above 40 nanograms per milliliter, tend to have longer telomeres, better insulin sensitivity, and lower markers of systemic inflammation. The 2,000 IU daily dosage has consistently emerged as a reliable amount to raise most adults' vitamin D levels into this optimal range without crossing into toxicity. It strikes a balance between efficacy and safety, avoiding the risks associated with megadosing while still producing measurable changes in biological markers tied to aging. What also makes 2,000 IU effective is its ability to correct widespread deficiency. Globally, vitamin D insufficiency is common due to limited sun exposure, indoor lifestyles, sunscreen use, and dietary gaps. Especially among older adults, darker-skinned individuals, and those living in northern latitudes, achieving optimal vitamin D levels through food or sunlight alone is difficult. Supplementation at 2,000 IU daily becomes not only beneficial, but often necessary to reach a blood concentration that supports long-term health. At this dose, absorption is generally efficient, and blood levels tend to stabilize in a range that supports robust immune function, bone integrity, and cellular longevity. Importantly, the 2,000 IU dosage has also been studied in the context of telomerase activity, the enzyme responsible for maintaining telomeres. Some preliminary studies have found that sufficient vitamin D levels may help stimulate telomerase expression in certain immune cells, particularly T lymphocytes. This offers a biological explanation for how vitamin D supplementation may not only slow telomere attrition but actively support their maintenance. Although more research is needed to establish a direct causal relationship, the connection is biologically plausible and increasingly supported by epidemiological evidence. Additionally, vitamin D's role in regulating the genes involved in cellular repair, apoptosis, and mitochondrial efficiency cannot be overstated. Through the vitamin D receptor, VDR, which is present in nearly every tissue in the body, vitamin D3 influences the expression of hundreds of genes. Many of these genes are linked to anti-inflammatory signaling pathways, antioxidant enzyme production, and DNA repair systems, all of which are central to the slowing of biological aging. These genomic effects may be subtle at first, but over months and years of consistent supplementation, they can lead to cumulative benefits that manifest in improved vitality, lower disease risk, and better aging outcomes. One of the major advantages of the 2,000 IU dose is its simplicity and accessibility. It can be taken once daily, is widely available in supplement form, and is well tolerated by nearly all population groups. Unlike megadoses that require medical supervision and periodic blood testing, 2000 IU is widely considered safe for self-guided use in otherwise healthy individuals. Even when higher doses are used short-term to correct severe deficiencies, 2000 IU often becomes the long-term maintenance dose to preserve benefits over time. In terms of aging markers, people who maintain adequate vitamin D levels report not only improved immunity and fewer infections, but also better mood regulation, stronger bones, and reduced markers of systemic inflammation such as interleukin 6, IL-6, and tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNFA. These changes are subtle, but they are meaningful when viewed through the lens of long-term biological aging. Aging is not defined by a single event, but by the gradual accumulation of micro-damage over time. A daily intake of vitamin D3 at 2000 IU acts like a small daily investment, reducing damage, enhancing repair, and helping the body retain its capacity for regeneration. In conclusion, the use of 2000 IU of vitamin D3 daily has emerged as a clinically supported, biologically plausible, and practical strategy for influencing the aging process at the cellular level. It offers an affordable and widely accessible tool for preserving telomere length, supporting immune regulation, reducing oxidative stress, and optimizing the function of mitochondria and genetic repair systems. While it's not a magic bullet, it is one of the clearest examples of how a simple nutritional habit can contribute meaningfully to healthy aging. As the science of longevity continues to evolve, vitamin D will likely remain a cornerstone of nutritional strategies aimed at extending both lifespan and health span. A daily dose of 2000 IU is not just about avoiding deficiency, it's about unlocking the body's full potential to age with resilience, energy, and clarity.